Hey, what's up guys? I just finished installing this flip-up windshield from SuperATV. I'm going to show you how to do it. Check it out. Hey, what's going on guys? Got a new toy. Got it picked up a side-by-side for the property and whatever else, you know. But needed a windshield. So I picked one up from SuperATV. And I didn't see any videos on installing this windshield. They had an older design. There's a few videos. This one, I didn't see any. So we're gonna do an install video on it and kind of show you how to do it. It's got decent instructions from what it looks like. I started on it just a little bit, just getting the seal on it. But anyways, we're gonna kind of just go through that and then get it on this thing. But it's the flip-up windshield. It's plexiglass. It's got coating on it, I guess. It looks nice. So I don't want to spend $1,000 on a glass one. It was like 370 bucks shipped. It was on sale for $420, and then I think it was like 15% off because I put my email on the website. So not a bad deal. Feels heavy duty. So anyways, we're gonna get to putting it together. So stay tuned. All right. So here's the parts, some seals. Everything's packaged very nicely. Some struts, some clamps, and then the windshield. This is the upper part. This is the windshield. It comes with these brackets already installed. All I've done so far is put this weather stripping on. The D, I think it's called a D seal, all the way around. And then as you see, it's got the excess, so we're gonna have to cut that, and then the rest is gonna go onto this upper piece. So far, it doesn't really say that in the instructions. That's just what I'm guessing, and that's what it looks like. So I wish it'd be nice if it was already trimmed to size, but yeah. So we're gonna get started, or we'll finish it up. So we're gonna cut that and then get it on. I'm not the best at following instructions, but I'm gonna try and do this in order. So anyways, we got the bulb seal installed with the X's hanging off, and that'll be for the top piece. And then we got these clamps with these little rubber seals, I guess. So it just says install those, so we're gonna do that here and here on all these real quick, and then we're just gonna keep going down the list. Get flush to one side, and oh, look at it on there, baby. Man, I'm not gonna make you watch me do all those. Alright, that's done. Got the seals on all of those, all 6 of those clamps. Next we're going to cut this bulb seal and then get it on to the smaller windshield. Alright, I'm not sure, it doesn't say if one side's in or out, but this is obviously the inside, and then it has the writing on the paper on the outside, so I'm going to assume this is the outside. So we're going to put the bulb on, because this the bulb part goes on the inside, seals against the cage. So just something to note. Anyways, that's it. Just work it on. Pull it, stretch it, put it on. All right, got it on there. That took a few minutes, but you just go slow and it presses right on. It's not that big of a deal. Now we got this bracket to put on. So it's like a 6 bolts, 6 nuts. Bracket's right here, so we're gonna do that next. All right, so the bracket goes on just like this, and then we're gonna have 1, 2, 3 bolts, which would be these guys right here. So they all come in a bag. Just kind of organize them so you can figure out what's what. And then the nuts are going to be a 10mm, and then we got a 1/4 inch hex drive, or like an Allen key. So I got to find another socket. But so we're just going to bolt it together. Pretty simple. Do them all hand tight. Also, with these locking washers, use hand tools. Do not use a drill or impact driver, because they'll scold and they can lock up, and then they won't be tight and be a pain in the butt. So, all right, got the bracket on there. Now the next step is to install the seal. This D seal right there across the bottom, where it shows it. That's this right here. So we're gonna stick that on there. So also, you can see it's got an angle there. So I think I'm gonna run it long and then trim it with the razor blade at an angle. Next, we are installing these two brackets. That helps it get up into place a little better. So, okay, tighten those up. We'll come back to this later. I gotta go take care of the baby for a little bit. Alright, so we got this on. I think I was supposed to cut that, because how else would you be able to flip it open? So it doesn't say that. So we'll see. Hopefully I didn't screw that up. But anyways, we are attached. Got all those bolts tight. Next step is these handles, which we have right here, and then 2 bolts, which I believe it's these ones. So that's one thing I don't like, is like all the bolts aren't labeled, and then these handles come with those. So you would like want to assume that's them, but it says M6 by 25, and those aren't M6s by 25. So that's my only gripe so far, is everything's just kind of a little confusing. But we're gonna put this together. So to get 2 handles, we're gonna screw those on right now. Alright. So the handle goes like this, backing plate goes on the back, and then the screw head goes on the outside of the windshield. There you go. And we'll rinse and repeat for this side. And these are the same part, so I can go, either one can go on either side. Alright, that's the next step. Alright, so the next step is these clamps. Install that bracket.
Hello. Hooray! Are you in?
Okay. So it clamps on like this. I'm just gonna put it. It doesn't tell you how far down to put it. I'm just gonna leave it at the bottom, and then snug it up just a little so it's not moving around. So there's other pieces that came with the handle kit is the catch, and it screws right into that. So I'm gonna install that now. So I'm assuming, and also it doesn't really show, but I'm assuming that goes on the front like that, and then that would be the backing plate for it, and then that screw, nut, screw. I'm not sure what the other 2 are for. We'll figure that out. We got that catch on there. See, it's still loose, so we have some adjustment, and then we got this one on. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So the next step is to put the window in. I'm gonna attempt to do it by myself, and then we got the hardware. So we got your long bolt, a washer, your nuts, and the spacers. See that all right here. These are the nuts that were with the packaging for the handles, and that's all I have left of my hardware. So I guess I'm using those. That's weird. But anyways, so yeah, we're gonna try and put this thing in by myself. Wish me luck. So these were hitting this, so I think it's better just to leave those off, or install it with those on, then unscrew it, let it hang off, that way it's not bumping into your mirror, and then you can adjust it once you. Alright, got it in there, got the 4 bolts tightened. Feels up nice. Let's try it. That's gonna be sweet. All right. I think we just gotta put those shocks on it and then adjust it. So we're gonna do that. So it took a little bit of adjusting to get this latched in. I had these on, either I put these on backwards or I had these flipped around. I'm not sure, or the instructions were wrong. I thought I put it together right, but anyways, so that's what was hitting when I put the windshield in. So I unscrewed these, and then put them on after the fact, and that seemed to work out better. And it is tight getting it. So these are still kind of loose. It is tight getting this thing locked down right now. This top one, so you see when you put this in, you want this to be near the top, and then you can adjust it down. It's got the bolt hole right there, so I'm going to adjust these down, put the bolt through it, and then that's going to be for the strut, and then that's going to be it. I think that's it. We'll put the strut in, and then we'll do a reveal. Pull the blue off, and we'll pop it up. All right. So I'm going to adjust this real quick, and then. So you got your strut. It mounts to here, and then to right there. So this bolt that you've already put in, you're going to pull that out, screw this in there, and then this bolt is going to go up here for this bracket. So it was a little confusing, but so. Oh, we can definitely use the hands for this. Alrighty, we are installed. Let's get this off of there. And do a little pop up. That's a second. Here we go. I got that little implement right there. I think that looks pretty sweet. I wasn't a huge fan of like the hardware look with all the bolts and stuff, but I think it looks pretty cool. Looks like bulletproof glass almost or something. But then let's try it up. Probably wouldn't drive around like that too fast, but you definitely could. You definitely could drive a little ways, but bam. I think it's probably gonna get used the most. I don't know if I can do it one-handed. Right there. And there. Oh, I think it's so far off. Alright, something must not have been tightened. I gotta adjust it back down. Did I? Oh, no, I guess I just got a little play in there. Okay. So that'll be a sweet way to ride around. Still got that air coming through there. Nice clear windshield. Man, thing is clean. I'm pretty happy with this. It was a little more difficult than I was anticipating. I give it like a 6 out of 10 install by yourself, I guess, but not bad. Not bad looking. Pretty sweet. So I think we're gonna go for a little joyride. Bobby's putting the baby down. I'm gonna clean up and go for a little spin. So thanks for watching. Yeah, later. Oh yeah, I'll do like a little review or whatever on the side-by-side after we're taking a trip to South Carolina next week or this week for Thanksgiving. I'll do a little review on that. But so far it's awesome. And then what else? So there were 4 extra bolts. So I have no idea where these go, but I think honestly, I think those were part of the handle latch kit. I feel like those are just extra bolts. I don't know. If I missed something, let me know.